Hello, hello. Are you there? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Are you there? Hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello.
Are you on your
Are you on your
smartphone?
smartphone?
Can you hear
Can
me?
you hear me?
Okay, well, I'm waiting
Okay,
for
I'm
my
waiting for my
honorary guest.
honorary guest.
Are you using your
Are you using your
smartphone or are you using
smartphone or
your
are you using
laptop?
your laptop?
if you could
use your smartphone.
Hello, Sophan.
Hello, Sophan.
How are you?
How are you?
Good. You hear my
For some reason,
we are
having
sounds
echo.
Is
Any one of you guys are using
laptop? Okay. How about you, Bopia?
Are you using your laptop?
Can we switch
to
smartphone? Is it possible
to switch to smartphone?
Yeah, for some reason we have problem with laptop.
I don't know why. There's a lot of echo.
I should have started this
way earlier.
Hello? Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm still having echo. Can you? Are you using your smartphone,
Bopia? Okay.
So we're still
waiting for Sophan. We all live, by the way. I'm having people comment and say they have a lot of static right now.
I think that's possible. Okay, hold on. Let me bring in. Okay. Hello?
Okay, I'm echoing.
Okay, I think the echo kind of go away a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. That's wonderful. That's what we want. Great audio sound. That's what we want. So we're waiting for Sophan. So let's see what he's saying on the Facebook Messenger, because I can't call him while I'm on the podcasting. So how are you, Bopia? How are you, Sophan? Is this Sophan?
Good, wonderful. Sophan, good to see you.
So Sophan, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and tell Sophan we're waiting for him. Our honorary guest. Waiting for you, sir. Okay, I lost Bopia. Okay.
So how many people are we supposed to have on?
Well, we started with 5, and I think AJ just texted me can't make it. And I believe we may have you, Bopia, that confirmed 100%. So, but again, the most important person is honorary guest, and then the participation question and answer is to sit back, learn, listen to him, and question him, interact with him. And the reason I'm doing that is because so you get a chance to get a taste of what it's going to be like when it is your turn to be an honorary guest.
Okay, learning. Good. Very good.
Right? Just having a special audience, right? Live with him. Just interact with him.
Yeah.
Because we can't bring people in. I think that's him now, I think. Nope, that's Bopia. Okay. All right. What's going on with Sophan? Oh, there you are, with the suit and everything. Look at that.
I had to dress up for the occasion.
Oh my God, look at
that. Look good.
I can't believe I'm on the Mindful Matters podcast. It's amazing. Super
If you put
excited.
the
Sucks
phone
by.
How do
like
you like
this,
this? How do you like
if you
this
put the phone
live
like this, you
audio?
can see full.
Oh, in the let
Put
me.
the phone, laptop or phone like this instead of like this.
Gotcha.
Is it
Let me try to see if I can do that. I don't know how I will
just turn
have
your
to get
phone?
the.
Like, look, I can turn my phone right now.
No,
Gotcha.
you're good. No, you're good.
Oh,
No,
okay. So I could turn my phone like that.
no. You're already good. The first, yeah,
Okay.
she's good. Now you're good.
There you
Yeah,
go.
now three
All
of
of
us.
us looking
See?
good right now.
I
Full
just have to
screen,
change my
baby.
background.
Yeah, because it's from a phone. If it's on a laptop, it should be automatically.
There you go. Look at him. We can do a 360 turn right now if you want.
No, except
Let me
we're all
see.
good except Sophan. Right now it looks like on the
Just
phone.
turn the phone.
Hang on one second.
Yeah,
Like
I
Jen,
like
we're
the
full.
portrait.
You see full?
Yeah,
All right.
I like the horizontal
Portrait.
better than the vertical.
Oh, it looks
Oh,
full.
I have another guest. Oh, let me bring somebody else. Jenny, we got Jenny's coming in. Look at that. Woo. Jenny, queen of the blink, is here. How exciting.
So
Jenny, can you
everybody
hear
has to
us?
come in by phone, right? Not laptop, because we can have echo.
Jenny, if you can come in with your iPhone, with smartphone, that'd be awesome. Because we're having
Good,
static
Sophan. Good.
with the PC laptop.
All right. I think this works.
Yes, you look awesome. Look at that suit, Mr. Handsome.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm not in my office right now. I'm actually here to hang out with you guys and get some knowledge. Share some insights. I'm super excited.
You are the honorary guest.
I am. Wow.
You are the honorary guest, and then the rest is just participation, question and answer. Just sit back, learn, listen, take note, and interact question with you.
That's right.
That's all
right.
they're here for your moral support.
Hey. I'm honored. Thank you, Bong. Bong Chris, thank you for having me. Sok Sabai Bong Saporn. So you're back from traveling the world, huh? I'll see you over there overseas and hanging out with some amazing people and doing some. I love the reels that you've been doing. It's amazing.
Good.
So anyway, let me do my. Right now, let's just do the start of the live. Welcome everybody. Let's officially. Our podcast is start right now. It's time. 8:02. Here we go live. The Mindful Matter podcast, where you learn how to be the following: successful, healthy, build generational wealth, plant money trees, and be happy with the people around you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the honorary Sophan Chunn, the CEO of Big Talk. He is my inspiration. Here we go. Let's go.
Yay! Love that. Wow. Thank you, Bong,
Well,
for
you asked
kicking
me
out
to
the
do it today.
podcast.
That's what I did all day.
Yeah. Thank you. So I know Bong Saporn. Another young lady's on here. I don't know get acquainted yet, but I would definitely like to get to know who you are. So who do we have on the call right now?
Well, we have Bo Pierre. We have Pawn, and then we have Jenny.
Okay, Jenny, the anonymous.
And I just
Awesome.
share on my timeline. So everybody
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how do
Wonderful.
I
That
share
is
on a
amazing.
timeline too. This is cool.
Yes, and you see the agenda today. We are going to have Sophan, as we introduce you, we like you to introduce yourself, about yourself, open up, and tell the world who you are.
All right, Soksabai, everyone. My name is Sophan Chunn, and I am. Someone asked me what exactly do I do? What's my title? And I try to explain like what exactly do I do? And to me, it's like I'm just trying to live my life, be living my life authentically, and try to inspire as much people as I can, make an impact, and help people, leverage like their resources, their network, and pretty much share their gifts and talents and become the best version of themselves. I always tell people, just be blessed, be intelligent, be gifted, and keep doing it, BIG. And I've always been practicing that or ever since. If you want the long story of my history and background, come from a small, I guess, country, if you will. If you guys consider Cambodia small, but I'm from Cambodia. Grew up in the United States, lived in Massachusetts for a little bit until I came out to California. Raised in Sacramento, small city, West Sacramento to be exact. And growing up, just like every Cambodian, kids, first generation, growing up in the hood and just kind of like trying to figure out my ways and adapt and learn this language, this culture, this American culture. And that's pretty much what I kind of like grew up in Sacramento, just being Cambodian American, until recently, as I get older, as an adult, I started to appreciate my culture and appreciate my history, who I am, a lot more. But as a young kid, I couldn't identify with anyone. I didn't know who I was. What exactly who am I, right? I was struggling with the identity. But then as I got older, I really started appreciating my culture a lot more, appreciating the food, appreciating the music. And with that being said, it's like I wanted to add more, contribute more, and do more and be involved with the community, because I know that it's important to preserve the culture and pass on the values and the creative art, the creativity, and everything about our culture. So that's the mission that I'm on right now. And along the way, I learned how to produce music. I learned how to do some video production. Got mentored by an amazing filmmaker, Bong Darren Kerr, and he taught me a lot about filmmaking, cinematography, things like that. And I just kind of put my passion towards being a creator. We're all creatures and we're creators, and as being a creator, it's like you can create your own life. You're the author of your own life. You are the publisher, the author, and the writer. So whatever it is you want to do, you can do it. And failed a lot, and different things, but from those failures, it taught me a lot, and I learned those lessons. So here I am. Thank you for letting me be here.
That was the agenda one. Anybody have any interaction question for him or comment? All right. In that case, we're going to go ahead and go to agenda number 2. We are going to go ahead and dive a little deeper into his vision and into his business.
Are you asking me?
Yes.
My vision and my business?
We're going to go ahead and go into agenda number 2. We're going to go ahead and ask you, our honorary guest, to dive deeper into your vision and your business that you have currently.
Okay, sure. Well, so where do I start? What do you guys want to know first?
Your vision.
Vision-wise, in terms of like for me personally, or just for like our community in general? Are we talking about like the Cambodian community, or just just our community?
Let's start with your business.
Yeah. With all the challenge you're facing, where do you see yourself this year, and give us some direction for the community, for your business?
Well, the business that I'm in, and I think most important notice too. So I started in the insurance industry ever since I was 18 years old, at a very young age. It was the first job I ever applied for, and it was the first job I ever had to put on a tie. I didn't know how to tie a tie. I remember my first 30 days, I was terrible at it. I sucked, and I didn't know what I was doing. And my manager was like, "Man, I don't think you're cut out for this," because I had a lot of self-doubt, a lot of fear. I didn't understand who I was initially, because I'm 18 years old, and here I am talking to adults about how to protect their family, how to protect their income, how to protect their assets, car insurance and things like that. And I struggled. So my manager pulled me to the side. He said, "You know what? Take this tape, go home and listen to it." right? And I took the tape, I put it in my car, and I drove like an old beat up 93 Geo Storm at the time. And I was so proud of this car because it's the first car I ever bought with my own money. And every single day I put the tape in and I listened to it. In between to listening to hip hop music, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, Tupac, all that, right? And then I would carve out at least a good 10, Biggie, especially my favorite rapper. So I was carving about 10 to 15 minutes to listen to this cassette tape, motivational. And this is the first time I've ever been exposed to personal development. And it was Zig Ziglar, Secrets of Closing the Sale. Fast forward 30 days later, and my numbers in my production was like I was outproducing my own manager. He was scratching his head like, what happened? What changed? He's like, you know what it was? It was just mindset. And with that mindset, that's when I realized that mindset matters more than anything. You know, having obviously work ethic, discipline, and having hard work.
Chris. You can hear the background noise. Echo.
Oh yeah, I'm hearing an echo.
I apologize. I was on my Facebook
Right.
and I can't turn my. Hold on for a second, Sophan.
It's all good.
Sophan, I apologize. I turned
That's okay.
my Facebook on. I can't turn it off. Give me 1 second.
Trust me, I was getting bored too. I'm hearing my own story. Trust me, I was getting bored too.
No, I want to check out the live feed to see what all the comment was going on, and I don't know how to turn the volume off.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's okay.
So
We
I
gotta do a little.
apologize for that, for the interruption. Go ahead and continue, please.
Well, I mean, we're going a little too deep, but you know, I was just sharing like how I started with developing this vision, and I realized that, you know, listening to this cassette tape, it changed my mindset. It changed who I was, and I started outproducing my manager to a point where within 6 months, my manager was like, "Hey, man, we're opening up a new office in the Bay Area. Would you like to manage this?" And here I am. I'm like 18 years old. I don't know anything about management. I'm like, sure, okay. Took the opportunity, and this is the thing about opportunity. You know, at first it was a big challenge, it was a big problem, but you know, problems are opportunities in disguise. So I said yes to it because it was my ticket out of my mom's house. I was living at my mom at the time, so I packed up my Geostorm, and I had maybe like a few $100s in my bank account, and I drove down to the Bay Area, and I slept on the couch of my friend's apartment at the time, and he was making music and stuff like that, and it was kind of like a little bachelor party, like a bunch of like young kids living in one little apartment, and I was sleeping on his couch, managing an insurance office, didn't know what I was doing. But then I got really good and at doing what I was doing because I had a niche. I actually started approaching younger drivers, people at my age, 18, 19 years old, with tickets, accidents, and they drive these fast rice rockets, these cars. So I was like, "Hey man, who handles your insurance? You know, let me be your insurance agent." So all of a sudden, like I have like people lined up in front of my office coming to see me to buy car insurance. And these guys, these older agents that's been there for a long time, they're like scratching their head like, why is all these kids, the teenagers and stuff here at our office? So I used that to my advantage. That was a commonality thing where I was connecting with people as my age. And next thing you know, they made me the district manager. I started managing 4 offices in the Bay Area. And you know, when you have a lot of money at a very young age and you think it's going to keep on coming, so you spend every single dollar, you spend your future money, and you just started, you know, spending, taking people out and doing all kinds of stuff and just blowing it. And that's what I did. I blew it all. And I end up having got my girlfriend at the time pregnant, and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna have a baby," and that's when my life changed, and I knew that okay, I need to really step up to the plate and become a parent. And I became young at a very young age, but I share that story because, you know, at the time when I was, you know, doing well and making good money, I didn't have a vision. I didn't have a direction. I didn't have a plan. I didn't know where I was going, and I was just flying by the seat of my pants, and that's what I was doing, right? And but with vision, it nowadays I appreciate a lot more because now, like with vision, you can kind of like, you know, plan out what your next steps are, and I think success is not accidental, as you guys can agree on here, right? It's all planned out. And I had to learn that the hard way by just going through my ups and downs, my failure. So the direction I want to take my business now is to coach and share my experience and my knowledge, my resources to people. And I focus on more in planning, business succession planning, from starting your own business and starting from having nothing, coming up with your product, your service, getting your permits, your license, starting your LLC, starting a bank account, to recruiting, retaining, and rewarding quality employees, to scaling your business, and also having a business succession strategy, exit strategy, where they can sell their business and leave from there too. So I do consulting along the way. And so where I want to take my business now is to, I want to finish my book, and definitely want to be I don't want to say a motivational speaker, but just get into the speaking business, create and write my book, finish my book, do more speaking gigs, and create more leaders is where I wanted to go. Oh, was that a lot?
No, the more the better. I love it. You got an amazing story. You got amazing
Very
journey.
good.
And I can't wait, to see all of your success and accomplishment, and hopefully you can just pass and share, your success with all the Khmer people around the world.
And that's just a highlight of what I shared. Obviously there's a lot of negative and downs and setbacks and pivots and turns, and I had to go through so many different obstacles and figure things out. A lot of betrayal, people that I thought was going to be for me, people I looked up to, my role model, people I thought was an idol to me, and then come to find out that they're like my biggest competition, and that happened too. So I kind of took that with stride and just accepted it, because I just embrace it. I know for sure I'm gonna fail. So yeah, I'm gonna continue failing forward. And wherever Bong Sophan, you raise your hand.
I just want to comment that I have a son. He's 24. I wish he started the way you did at 18. Most time 18 you started college, right? And you started this field. It's very challenging, but that's how you grow to be so mature, so good right now, because you started so early, and you experienced everything early, like 18. Oh my God. And you found, I was going to ask, how are you going to talk to anybody only 18? Nobody going to listen to 18-year-old, but you found your niche. That's amazing.
Can I add something to that, to Bong?
Yes.
Bong, I completely agree with you. I went through the whole process of education, but everything that I went through, to me, it was a bunch of boring subject that I'm always thought it was stupid, and it's just like unproductive. So what they're doing is they're teaching you how to be an employee, but my mind is always thought that I could have teach the class, and it's like a waste of my time, because I can read the book, and I'm probably like 5 chapters ahead of everybody else even before the class started. So I think it's very boring. So having him did not go to college, I think it's probably better for him anyway. Just focus on your passion and learn it from the people around you, because people around you, they're successful, they will share with you their challenges, their obstacle, and you can learn it much quicker because you're so focused. So you know what? I love it. I don't judge people that don't go to school, because sometimes you just surround yourself with some great people. You just completely learn from them. And that's
right.
What we're doing with the Kabambian. That's what we're doing with this podcasting, is learning from each other.
And to your point, Bong, as far as what college goes, I believe in higher education. I wish I was able to complete college. And the reason why I believe in higher education is because I believe in knowledge is power. And implementing it and using that power, that knowledge, is more important, extremely important. And yes, you can be, book smart, but you also have to have a lot of courage and overcome your fears to really execute on that. On that book knowledge, right? So maybe I didn't do the traditional route of college and things like that. I learned it on my own, and books that I picked up and the people I surround myself with, the mentors I brought into my life, I just learned it from them, through trial and error. But I still teach my children, get a college degree. Do I believe in the tuition? I mean, you got to pay to play. A lot of people, and this is the biggest part about me. Tuition will cost. If you want higher education, you're gonna pay for it. Why? Because a lot of people, when they get free education, they don't have no skin in the game, so they'll take it for granted. They don't really see a value in it, and they slack off and don't use it. Like, for example, I would hand someone a book, right? Finance 101, or for example, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I love my brother, smart guy. I said, brother, read this book, right? This book is an amazing book. You learn a lot from it. He didn't even read it, right? So my daughter, she saw this book on my shelf, and she's like, Dad, what's this book about? I said, okay, I'll let you read the book, but you got to buy it off of me. So how much you going to sell it to me for? I said, for you, I'll give you a discount. I'll take $5 off the cover charge. And and she's all, okay, I got it right now. So I said it was a test because I wanted to see if she's willing to pay to discover what's in there. I said, this book can make you become wildly successful if you implement everything that you do on here, but it's up to you to really want to do it. It's education. And then she gave me, I didn't have to take her money, right? But I took it from her because she was paying tuition. I let her use the book. Now, about 2 weeks later, she returns the book with all these bookmarks and post-it notes and stuff like that. All these notes, I'm looking through it. I have it. It's in my office. I don't have it with me. And I was so impressed because the reason I said, what made you read through the whole thing? She said, well, I paid for it. I want to read what it's all about. So college education, tuition, you definitely, you got to pay to play. You got to put some skin in the game. You really want to learn from someone, you got to pay for a course. You got to pay for a mentor. You got to pay for a fitness coach, have accountability. You got to pay for the gym. Otherwise, you won't use it. If the gym is free, still no one goes, right? So that's how I feel about college education, or tuition, if you will.
There's so much to talk. I mean, we can go on and on. But the good thing is you guys are different age, and I'm older, so you guys, we can also have.
Well, you're not that old.
Yeah.
So thank you for letting me share. I really appreciate this time and opportunity. I'll be honest, I'm not usually used to being interviewed. I'm always the interviewer. It's easier to take the pressure off me and put it on someone else. So I want to learn more about you guys.
Well, you have 25 minutes to tell your story, and then many more hours to do it. Yes, I believe that whenever you're ready, if you're ready to get education, go ahead, go for it. If you're not, you're ready to go out there and show that you can lead, you can do your own business without anyone else being your boss. Go for it. Either way is the right way. There's no wrong way to do it until you become a successful person on your own means. Not someone not taking other people's success and claim it as your own. Success means different things depending on individuals. So I mean, going from plan A to plan B, that's a success. And plan B could be anything for anyone. So
I love it. Yeah, I've always operated with some type of backup plan, but I realized that my backup plan is really nothing. Really, I only have one plan, and this is it. I can't abandon. I just have to just keep going, but it's okay because that one particular plan, I can change it. It wasn't like, okay, plan A, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna go to plan B. It's like I stick to plan A and I change it along the way. So I don't know, but yeah, I mean, you're never too old or too young to get education. And I always walk into a room, and we were talking about this earlier. I said, when you walk into a room, just play dumb, be the dumbest person in the room, because if you're the smartest person in the room, what end up happening is that you don't learn anything when you leave. So I always, and my wife hates it when I do this. I go in there, I already know oh, what's going on and stuff like that, right? But I play so dumb, like Columbo. I'm like, oh yeah, so wow, I've never done it. Wow. And she looks at me, she's like, he did this already. He knows what he's doing. Why is he acting like that? And I explained to her, you have to let people, educate you. And then when people try to share with you what they know, it makes them feel good as well. Even though you already know the answer, but it also reminds something inside of you, oh yeah, right? And that's what it is too. So a lot of these videos I create in the morning, or when I talk to people, and I'm sharing my experience, I'm trying to remind myself, oh yeah, this is what because you forget. we always need, reminders, and that's why the motivational speaking business and also personal development business is a billion-dollar industry, because each and every single one of us needs to get motivated, inspired, and also reminded of our purpose.
Absolutely. So besides the insurance company, is it still going strong for you and still growing, expanding? And is there any opportunity for our listener to maybe call you up and say, hey, I'm really interested in learning a bit more about it?
I love the insurance industry, especially right now, since during COVID. It opened up a lot more opportunities and identify a lot more problems in our economy right now, especially with people. They are, one, dying too soon. Number two, people aren't saving enough money for their retirement, for their own personal savings. People are living paycheck to paycheck, and they're like one emergency away, a medical emergency or some type of appliance, car maintenance, things like that, and they could be financially bankrupt. And also, the people who are living longer, they go walking into retirement and their biggest concern is about healthcare. How do I pay for everything? And my personal story, when my dad, he worked for a company for 25 years, and I approached him about, hey dad, maybe you should possibly get a private policy. He's like, no, son, I got it through work. They got all my insurance benefit, everything. I'm like, okay, dad, that's fine. So after 25 years, he goes to the doctor and he goes back to his employer. He said, hey, I got to quit my job because I'm diagnosed to live for only 6 months. And the employer said, okay, well, here's your final check. Have a nice life. And once they let him go, give him a severance check, they took away his health insurance, took away his life insurance, took away all his benefits. And out the pocket, we as a family, we had to use all his reserves, whatever money he had left in the savings, and to pay for prescription pills, medical costs, hotel stays, transportation, chemotherapy, everything out of pocket. So by the time when he passed away, and he didn't die in 6 months, he lived for 2 whole years. But by the time he passed away, he was a strong man, but we exhausted every single me and my siblings we're fighting who's gonna pay for what, right? So we gave him, and we should have buried our dad with dignity, but we gave him the most cheapest cremation possible, and we even had to rent and the casket and put him on and slide him into the cremation thing. It was my dad deserved better. He went through immigration. As a refugee. But noticing that and seeing that happen to my family on first hand, I'm like, man, it's important that we go out there and we preach and create awareness and teach people hey, you know what? We don't need to continue this cycle of just believing that we need to do car washes. We need to do fish fries and so rice plates to one. We should just protect ourselves and actually get a private policy to so that way we don't leave a burden to our family when we die, and leave them blessings. So yeah, more important than ever, people are dying way too young, not saving enough money, and people go through financial catastrophe, especially doing medical stuff. So to answer your question, Bong, with the long-winded version, I am open
Great
to educate anyone about the importance of planning. And I know Bong Sophan, I think I'm not sure if you're also involved with the industry, but Bong Sophan, I admire what you do in the financial literacy campaign, and Kabami is also a huge advocate for actually having funds available in these type of events too. So I'm excited to be aligned with all of you guys here on this call.
And that's our goal, but that's the purpose of our goal with Kabami, is to get all Khmer people to unite, to collaborate, to cooperate. Together we can actually do a lot more. If you put in 10,000, I put in 10,000, there's a million of us. You do the math. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, we can make a huge difference. The biggest problem about nonprofits and any entrepreneur, any business in general, they always say it takes money to make money. And
yes.
And you got to have capital. You want to do something, you got to have money, right? If I have an idea, for example, of a good friend of mine, he told me the story. He just got released from jail, and he's had issues this whole time, gang life and stuff like that. Got released out of jail. And he goes to his dad and he said, "Pa, if you want me to live my life, to be a better man, there's one thing I really love doing." And Dad's like, "What is it? What is it? You failed at everything. You went to jail. You have no experience. And what is it that I can help you out with?" He said, "Pa, if you just give me, if you don't have to give me any money, just co-sign for this loan for me so I can start my mechanic shop." His dad thought about it, came back to him the next day and said, "No, son, I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to let you mess up my credit." And the loan was only for $20,000. He had this vision, and it was his out from the hood, out from the ghetto, and it's his ticket away from living that gang life to actually starting a business, which is opening up his mechanic shop. But his dad wouldn't even support him, so he had to go do what he had to do to get the money. He did. Fast forward 20 years later, him and his dad still don't talk to each other. I asked him why. He said, "You know what? My dad didn't even believe in me to just co-sign I can get a loan so I can start my business." So Kabami's mission, what I love is like when we have these passionate entrepreneurs who can't who wants to start a business, but they have this idea, but they're stuck because they don't have the ability to get funding, get capital, or go to a loan and get qualified because they don't have any credit. They have to apply. Kabami is going to be there to help serve, and that's why I build up the vision of what Bong Chris is doing, and I really truly believe in building, generational wealth. That way we can be our own bank and be a private equity where we can actually fund these type of ventures.
Amazing information.
Remind me of my his story. Remind me of my story when I tried to get a loan from my own sibling, and she refused. She said, "Why don't you go to the bank and get a loan?" I said, "I don't want to pay interest. I'd rather pay interest to you." But no. And I did it on my own. I opened my auto shop on my own, and I'm a woman, right?
Good. Wow. I love it.
Just to add something to that, may I add something to Bopia's story? I have pitched Kabami to a whole bunch of Khmer before her, and she was my very first one that believed in my vision.
Wow.
So, and that's how Bopia and I started a business together under the CBCS, and right now she have about 3 prospect of business, and United We Play Soccer League is actually her business.
Congratulations. Wow.
That's awesome.
And the next one would be the Ankle Crown Golden Jerky.
Okay. I love it.
I know. We'll kind of move it slowly, but once it picks up, it's going to pick up really fast.
Yes. Yeah. I want to learn more about that.
It most likely we're looking to launch in less than probably around 30 days to 45 days.
Okay. Congratulations. Wow. I know it's been a long time coming and a lot of planning and a lot of setbacks, but let me tell you, I mean, it's all about the timing. You gotta stick through it. I've had so many different ideas, and I was so afraid to execute on it because it's too risky, and I never did it. But now it's like
you have all of us to help you.
I'm excited, especially with the backing, the financial backing, and the team that's involved, the people, and the marketing aspect of it. I mean, technology changed so much for a lot of. It kind of leveled the whole playing field. It gives the ability to actually really, really get ourselves out there and leverage the power of the internet and market ourselves. One of my really good friends, and that I spent time with, he did $1 million in beef jerky sales in 1 year.
Wow.
Psycho? You talking about Psycho?
Psycho Jerky? Yeah. I don't want to say any names.
I love it. I love
but,
Psycho Jerky. Shout out to Psycho Jerky.
That's one person.
I love it.
That's one person that I know. I know a few other people who did 6 figures. Immediately within the first year, second year, went brick and mortar, opened up a business, opened up 3 restaurants, and opened another industry.
Gosh.
So, and it started off by selling sachakat just on Facebook, taking orders, and then making it, delivering it. And one day she did $1,000. The next day she did $2,000, and it kept on going bigger and bigger and bigger. And now, So I love seeing our Khmer folks embracing the internet, helping support one another, and building a community where we can all elevate each other, and we celebrate each other's wins, right? And when we share, we support, we purchase, and buy local and things like that, we really bringing up the whole, our culture to the next level. Because now, not only are we exposed to our own people, like other people are noticing too, like these guys are onto something, and we deserve it. We need a seat at the table, or we can be the table. They can come to eat at our table, and that's where I want to see that happen. And I know with all of our talents, we can do this.
What's
There's so
the
much to share. So
what's the
many
next agenda?
participation guests that will be.
I forgot about the agenda, Bopia.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Not on the
I already
second
have
one in a
like
long
2
time.
months booked. Every Friday, 8:02, baby.
You shouldn't have gave me a mic. You shouldn't have gave me a mic. I talked way too much. That's why I need my own podcast. I didn't do my because I can go on for hours.
It's
My
all
wife,
good.
So let me ask you this. You did an amazing job. Like I told you before, you're a very inspiring type of person, and I
thank you, Bob.
would just name you inspirational leaders, and I definitely give you that title.
Oh, wow.
We need inspirational leaders to lead us, and I think you could be that person.
Very young.
Wow,
You
I'm
started
honored.
18. You started 18. You deserve it.
That's
And
right.
work for that.
Well deserved, a lot of experience.
Amazing.
Well, I'm just getting started, let me tell you, and I'm still have a lot to learn. So, sometimes when I think about, am I a leader? But in the same token, because that's a big responsibility, that means I have to also, focus on myself, bettering myself, becoming a better version, and also change my discipline and be someone that people can actually consider as a leader, how to live up to it. So yeah, well, I admire that. And again, my goal is to create more leaders, and the only way I can create more leaders is to find other people that's like-minded like me, and we come together as a team so we could be firebirds.
Do you know the
Birds of
reason
a
why I
feather.
start the Mindful Matter? Because of you.
No,
You're the one
you had it
encouraging
in you. You had it in you. You just needed a little
it was you
inspiration.
that pushed me. You're the one that kind of said, go do it.
I feel the same way when I met Bong Sophan, and when the stuff you share, what you talk about, I hear her and I listen to you talking Khmer. It gives me butterflies. Like I'm like so excited to hear like someone else like feel this much about the business like she does. And she's gone now, so I'm gonna give her her rose when she gets back.
She didn't want to hear it.
She's like, I don't want to hear this. But I'm excited. But Bopia, I don't know if it's you're probably like my younger sister or my own or Bong. I don't want to disrespect you, Bong.
Probably older.
Okay, are you sure? I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
I'm a lot older.
Okay, I just want to what is next on the agenda, Bong Chris?
Well, our next one is let's share your strategy and on your success and your challenges and your obstacle.
You want to hear
That's
more
what
of
we
me
wanna hear
talking?
you share with us. Remember, look, just to let you know that we do have 4. We're going to go with 5, and we're going to go with 6, right? So those
Wow.
so just to let you know what's coming ahead
Right.
of time. So
I know we have
just
10 minutes. We have 10 minutes left.
Yes.
So I'm giving a quick version.
Yes,
Yeah.
quick
And,
version of your sharing your strategy
People get
on
bored after an
your
hour
success
watching.
and challenge and obstacle.
So my strategy on overcoming some of the struggles and barriers and whatever I consider success is that I approach it just like most people do. You kind of visualize it first in your head, and you say, okay, this is kind of like what you want to do, and maybe you don't know how to do certain things, and maybe you don't know how to get around it. So I would reach out to someone that knows how to do it already, that has done it and know how to do it better than me. And I would say, hey, can I tap into your wisdom? Can I ask you a question? Would it be okay if I buy you coffee? Can you tell me more about it? Can you give me advice? And from my experience, everyone that I call and reach out to, they pick up my call. And because they know that I come from a genuine a place that I'm asking for advice, and they've done it, and they would give me their time. They would drop whatever they do and share it to me, because winners always help other winners. They don't talk down. They don't talk mess about people. Only losers condemn other winners because they're not doing anything with their life. But successful people leave clues, and they're always willing to help you. So if I come across any struggle, any barriers, I always can just make a phone call to people like Bon Chris and anyone in my circle. And if I tell them genuinely, I'm struggling in this problem, how do you help me? Can you help me? They give it to me. And that's why when I say I have mentors, I have physical mentors, and also my best mentor is you should see my library. I have books of everything from fitness to health to finance to weird stuff. So I collect books. I have a library, and I pick it and I read it and I learn from it, because they say if you want to keep a secret, put it in a book, and guaranteed, because people won't find it, because people don't read these days. So I love books, and that's how I overcome a lot of my struggles. And every day, the success is a journey. It's not the destination I'm looking for, because the whole day to day.
Absolutely.
So yeah, well, I hope that helps answer that question.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and go to channel number 4. Go
Okay.
ahead and share your experience, how to stay healthy.
Oh my gosh.
Physically and emotionally. Because
Yeah.
I know you wake up early and do your exercise. I know so.
Thank you.
So
Thank you,
call
Bon.
me like 10 o'clock my time. That means, what is that, 7 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
You already get what, an hour
Yeah.
of running?
Yes, yeah. My usual time is always 4:30, and I take the first. I developed this morning routine because I've been hearing a lot of like successful people. They get up early and they attack the day. They make it their first priority. And a lot of times, to me, willpower is stronger in the morning. By the time I'm like around now, my willpower is down. I'm already done. I don't have enough energy. So in the morning, I utilize that time frame to get up and attack. Whatever is my biggest task, my highest priority is my health first. So I have a routine. 4:30 in the morning, I am stretching, I am doing meditation, I'm doing my affirmation, I listen to certain music, get my news, and I'm as I'm like training and I'm running and then I'm going to the gym, I'm working out. I am also
She is back. She
dang!
can't get enough of you.
All right.
My phone got overheated, so it kicked me out. So,
Okay,
What?
well, it was too hot. It was too hot. I'll wait.
yeah.
Yes.
Fire.
Yes.
Hot Joe.
So we were just talking about how having a morning routine.
It's okay.
So Bon,
no echo. Okay.
okay. So my routine: 4:30 in the morning, get up early, get it done, get it over with, and just junk in. If you put junk in, then junk comes out. So you feed your mind, feed your body, everything but good nutrition, especially in the morning. And then after that, I'm opening up to my calls, my dials. And they say top of the morning, top of mind. So top of the morning, top of mind. Bon Chris will usually get these calls in the morning from me, because whoever is on my mind, if you want to connect and vibrate and share the energy to people in the morning, and you want to be on top of their mind. So you call those people. I usually make about 30 to 40 calls in the morning, just calling people. I don't care if they're up, I don't care if they're not. I'm gonna call them. I would say, rise and grind. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? And a lot of people hate it, and some people, surprisingly, they're already up. And that's who I know. Okay, if I'm up, you're up. That means we're on the same wavelength. We're on an agenda. We have a to-do list. We're going to it, and it feels good. And those are the people I want to connect with. Some people I leave voicemails, and I realize a lot of people, like, they don't like to talk in the morning, but the ones that pick up my call in the morning, they know it's about business. It's about, and when I say business, it's not like, like bad business. It's about like getting ourselves to the next level, right? Development. So yeah, Bon, I have a routine early in the morning, and I walk my dogs as well early in the morning too. So that's how I stay healthy. I make it a lifestyle. People call it working out. I don't call it going to the gym or working out. I call it training, because every single day when you are stretching and putting your body through exertion, and you're exhausting yourself and you're sweating, you're training. You're training not for just to look good when you're naked. Also, you're training for anything that comes, like a pandemic or anything that comes into life. And that's how you reduce your stress level and actually be better prepared. Your physical body appearance is really just a reflection of your mind, what's going on. So, you can tell when someone is, they make their health a priority, because you can see that, physically they're in shape, they're fit, and they're able to conquer a lot more things than most people. But also my secret is, well, I take a lot of naps too.
Yeah.
30 minutes power nap, right? Let's
I do.
move on to number 5. You got 3 minutes. Share your how to build generational wealth and plant money tree. How can I
Oh
do
my
that with
gosh, my favorite subject.
My favorite.
Yeah, Bong's favorite. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave that question for Bong Sophan when she gets interviewed, because I know
Yes.
she have a lot to share.
No. Every
So-
honorary guest get the similar question.
Oh, really?
switch it.
Wow.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
that's
wanna
what
say-
make it so powerful is that every honorary get the same opportunity. That's why it's important for them to come on the show and be the live audience,
Right,
and interact with you.
Okay. Well, I'll give you the short
Consistency,
answer.
that's what people want to follow.
The secret is not how. The secret really is to understand why. Why? And that's I always tell people, don't ask how. Why? Why do you want to build generational wealth? Why do you want to plant money tree? Why is money important to you? You can quit your job today. You don't have to work. Why? It's because if you plan on living and you plan on having some sort of impact in the world while you're alive, and you want to make a difference, you're gonna need money. Well, even when you're gone, whoever you leave behind, they're gonna need some money, right? I mean, the world doesn't just stop because you stop, right? So I always tell people, figure out what the why is first and why you want to do it, and then the how. There's plenty of information out there. You can align yourself with so many different people like Bong Sophan, people like yourself, Bong Chris, and Bong Bopia. Like, you can ask, how, and they will be more than happy to share with you, because when the student is ready, that's when the master appears, the mentor appears. So yeah, that's what, there's really no secret. There's no magic formula, and if there is one, everyone will be successful. Everyone.
All right, let's
Right.
go to agenda number 6. We have the next one is about I spelled that correctly, didn't I? How to stay and be happier with the people around you.
Well, I'm not always happy. Let me tell you, my wife would say that I have my down moments. I'm a human being, and I'm not always positive and bubbly all the time. It might appear so on camera because I hang out with you guys. But I mean, we're all human, and we handle stress in different ways. Sometimes, like me included, I abuse alcohol, I abuse substance abuse, and I abuse my body, and I abuse my relationships. And certain relationships that I used to have, I don't have anymore, because that wasn't congruent to my core value, where I want to go in my life. So I had to change and remove myself and break these chains and break these barriers. I pray every day that I'm able to share my experience to people that are going through this, that are struggling with addiction, with alcoholism, with relationships, and that they can break that chain and become a better version of themselves. And one of the biggest reasons why I get up and train early in the morning, not just for myself, but I feel like I'm obligated to let people know, hey, rise and grind. Firebirds, financially independent, retire early birds. Rise from the ashes. Yes, you crash. Yes, you burn. Now we rise and we grind. You get to work on ourselves, work on everything, and we get to the next level. So that's I want to say, how I would be happy with my life, and I'm a very happy person. I don't gossip, I don't condemn, I don't criticize, I don't hold grudges to people, and people do things because it makes sense to them. That's why they do it.
Right, we almost reached the 9:02 mark, so we got last minute of questions.
All right, sorry guys, I know I talk a lot.
Who's gonna fight to go first, Bopia or Bong Sophan? Who's question?
I love this show.
Awesome. We learned a lot. We need to continue, because we're going to find out how can we make it big. So now that we have the right idea and we have the right mindset, how can we make it big? About making it big. That's why I love the big show.
The big talk.
I love your show too, the Big Talk. Yes, love it.
Akon, I appreciate that. It's I really get on there to just share as much as I can of the my experience and message, and that's all I'm doing. But most importantly, I really get on there to kind of engage and connect with people because I want to know what other people are doing and how they're handling. So yeah, thank you. This is my first time ever being interviewed on the Mindful Matters show. So happy to be here. I'm honored. Thank you guys. Akon Bong, Akon Bong Sophan, Bong Bapia. I appreciate it. Everyone that's watching right now, you guys, there's a lot more coming from Bong Chris, and if you haven't, this is an amazing interview. I feel great.
Every Friday, it's 8:02, baby.
Yeah, it's
Tell-
8:02.
Tell us about the 802. What's the 802 about?
802 is all about Khmer Empire. That is the birth of Khmer Empire, and we are going to rebuild.
I love that.
We are going to be once again great, and we need all of us to come together, to unite, collaborate, and cooperate by investing, supporting each other every single way. We're going to be We're not going to be divided by our politician. We're not going to be divided by our religion, and we're not going to be divided by the type of business that we're in. We're not going to be judgmental. We're going to help each other, and we're going to compliment each other, and we are going to help each other successful, help them build generational wealth, and plant money trees.
Yeah, I love that outro.
Baby.
We're on the same page about that.
What a successful show. Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you everyone who's watching the replay and commenting. And
I will record it, edit it, and I'm going to go ahead and share it with you so you can share it to the world.
all right, sounds good. Okay, okay, you guys.
Okay, thank you so much, Bong Bapia, Bong Sophan, and Bapia. Thank you, my honorary guest. Congratulations, you are my first, and you're gonna come on more often.
Anytime. I'm gonna ask Bong Sophan and Bong Bapia and Bong Chris, you come to my show too as well. So
Absolutely.
back and forth, and we'll get some one-on-one. I love these questions. Oh my gosh.
I joined you a few times, didn't I? I joined you.
I love it. Like I really had a great time just answering these questions. Oh my gosh.
That's right.
I can't wait to tell my mom I was on a show.
We make you special.
No
Tell your
mindful
mom.
matter.
Mindful Matters. Okay. Well, thank you guys.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
To be
Bye-bye.
continued. Thank
To be
you.
continued. We'll see you
To be
later.
Continue. Yes,
All right.
that is correct. Thank you, guys.
Okay.